Welcome back to my channel, guys. Welcome back to my channel. Please like, share, and subscribe. Like, share, and subscribe. Make sure you hit the notification button so you know exactly when I come on. I appreciate all of you for what you do. Okay, guys, it's a little dark in here. Let me see if I can increase the lighting. You guys just give me 1 second, okay? Give me one split second. I'll be right back. I'll be right back. Hopefully this should be better, guys. You guys let me know about the lighting. Hopefully this should be better. Yes, it is better now. So welcome back to my channel. Let me scoot my chair. Sorry, guys. All these adjustments, they're necessary, okay? So welcome back to my channel. I am your PTA coach. Now, guys, this evening we're going to go over neuromuscular, right? I shared with a lot of us that to me, in my analysis, right, it's almost impossible to pass the NPTE PTA state board exam if we don't knock down three major areas. There's five areas, but the three major areas we have is what? We have musculoskeletal, we have neuromuscular, and we have the cardiovascular and pulmonary system. Those three areas alone account for almost 60% of the exam. Okay. So we don't have a choice. We have to get this. We have to get this. This is like important. It's like imperative. Okay. So everything I'm telling you guys is legit, and like I told you guys in my other videos, everything that I talk to you about for the most part, okay, I try to share with you guys like a reference point. So if tonight we're going to be talking about neuromuscular system, okay, and so I will be pointing you guys to where you can get the information. Like, where did I get this information from? Okay, it's here, 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 here. Make sure you read it, okay. So please like, share, and subscribe to my channel. Make sure you hit the notification button so you know exactly when I come on. Guys, before we continue, I should have done this first. Let me make sure audio, video, everything is good. And while I'm doing this, I want to remind you guys that we have ongoing workshops, okay? We have ongoing workshops that take place weekdays, 6 p.m. Central Standard Time. Now, if there is any change to what I'm talking about, I will let you guys know, okay? But it's 6 p.m. Central Standard Time, and that is the workshop, okay? So I would encourage a lot of you to join. Why do I say this? This exam hits different. You guys have heard me say that so many times. Like this exam, it hit different. And what I mean by that is we have to be well structured. It's 180 hot questions, right? And we only have 6 lifetime attempts to get this, right? 6 lifetime attempts to get this. At least for me, I'm in Texas, guys. So when I took this exam, I had 6 attempts to get this. And I don't know where you guys are in the country. Maybe you have more attempts, but the key thing is you want to get this because each time we take the exam and we don't pass, guess what's going on? We're going to have to keep studying. We're going to have to pay that exam fee again. And that's a lot of money. For you guys, maybe it's not a lot, but for me, it's a lot of money, right? And think about it. We spent all this time in school, okay? For me, my program was 19 months, right? Your program is probably 24 months, or maybe it's shorter. And all this boils down to a 4 hour exam. A 4 hour exam determines our fate, whether we get this license or not. So I would really encourage you guys to join the workshop. Once again, send me an email, AKALUSO, the number 40 @gmail.com. That's all it takes. Okay. Now the workshops are not free. Everything I do here on YouTube, of course, is free. You're more than welcome to check it out anytime you want, right? It's free. But anything we cover, um, give me 1 second, guys. Anything we cover in the workshop is not free. So I would encourage you guys to join. And once again, real quick, the exam, the last 2 months that we have this year to take this exam is July and October. And the most recent one coming up right now is the one for July the 8th and July the 9th. Okay. This month technically is almost over, guys. Today is June the 27th. Okay. This month technically is pretty much over. And before you know it, the exam is here. And so by this time, a lot of us should have already had our practice exams, okay? Because this is like the final rundown of the final rundown, pretty much, okay? And so I would really encourage you guys to join. We have lots of fun in the workshops, guys. We go through a lot of things as far as like details. And of course, I've said it so many times. If you're watching me for the first time, I don't do the whole teaching thing from scratch. Okay, I have to make that very, very clear. I don't do the whole teaching thing from scratch. Now, I'm going to share some questions with you guys so we can kind of dive into neuromuscular. Give me one. Okay. Give me 1 second, guys. Neuromuscular share. Okay, you guys, I want you to let me know if you can see this. Let's see here. 1 second, 1 second, 1 second. Let's make sure we can all read this. All right. So, question number one. A physical therapist assistant gait trains a patient who is 3 days post total knee arthroplasty. Okay. Total knee replacement, total knee arthroplasty. Okay. During the activity, the assistant observes the patient exhibiting foot drop on his surgical limb. Damage to which of the following nerves is most likely associated with this finding? Okay. Is it A, vagus nerve? Is it B, saphenous nerve? Is it C, tibial nerve? Is it D, peroneal nerve? Guys, once again, this question to me, I don't know how you guys read this. And when you come into workshop, we go into detail. This is pretty much asking me like, do you know your anatomy? Do you know where your nerves are located? Do you know where they are? Okay, this is, to me, this is an anatomy and physiology question. Straight up. That's just the truth of the truth of the truth. Okay. And so for this, guys, the answer to this question, and I have my favorite, one of my favorite books here. Okay, you guys will see me wave this book all the time. I'm not being sponsored by them, but let me show you guys. Let me tell you guys something real quick. So for that, you want to make sure you've gone through your anatomy and physiology. Okay, if I can use those two words, yes, I can. Okay, you want to know where your muscles are and where your nerves are. In this question number one, it's more going into the nerves. Okay, so if you want to start to get the answer for this, guys, I want you to check out the musculoskeletal system. The book I'm using is the Complete Study Guide by Scott Giles. Okay, and it's Score Builders, of course, and I want you guys to check out page 67. Okay, because they're talking about foot drop. So your focus should be more on this side. Okay, you want to make sure you know where your nerves are. Okay, if you're not quite sure, go back and review and make sure you know where your nerves in the body are. And guys, a better way to remember this, this is what I did when I was studying for my exam, is to personalize it. Like, okay, my tibial nerve is at this location, right? My saphenous nerve is at this location. My peroneal nerve is at this location. Okay, make sure you know where your nerves are. When you come into the workshop, I share more tips and strategies for a lot of us to get this right. Okay. All right. One more thing I want to point out here is when you check out this, guys, when you do your studying, okay, one thing I want you guys to do is actually, whether you get the answer correct or not, find out exactly where these nerves are. Okay, regardless. Even if you get the question right, I want you to go find out where all these other nerves are. Okay. Let's go to question number two real quick. Give me 1 second. Give me 1 second. Let's see here. Let me go back there. All right, let's go to question number two. A physical therapist assistant attempts to gather information, important information, on integrity of a cranial nerve by assessing the patient's field of vision. This technique would be most useful when assessing which cranial nerve. Guys, once again, okay? This is a question about anatomy and physiology. How many cranial nerves do we have? Personalize it. How many cranial nerves do you have, right? Also, which cranial nerve is it? So, for example, in this case, is it option A? Is it option B? Is it option C? Is it option D? Which one is it? Okay. And I've told a lot of us on this channel, right? There's different ways I think this question would come. It could either come in a form of they could actually give you the nerve, okay, tell you, okay, they're trying to test for cranial nerve 10, okay, and ask you, how is it tested? I don't know if you guys kind of follow what I'm talking about. Like in this question right now, they've told you they're testing for the patient's vision, but now they want you to tell you which cranial nerve is it, which cranial nerve is responsible for vision or field of vision, okay? So once again, for that, I want you guys to check out, one second, guys. Let me show you, let me tell you guys where you can possibly get that answer. For mine in my book, it might be somewhere else in yours, guys, or in your app or your website. For mine, it's page 224. Let me just show you guys this real quick, okay? Page 224, this right here. 224. So I want you guys to go check that out, okay? And guys, I'm laughing at question number 2 because there's something I put in there that's kind of tricky. There's something I put in the options for question number 2 that is real tricky, okay? I'm not going to tell you guys, but it's a good place to review, okay? So you're going to check out all this right here. Okay, if my hand is on the here. I want you guys to go and review this. Your cranial nerves. Know which one is which and how it's tested, okay? Know which one is which and how it is tested. All right, let's see here. So when I was studying for my exam, guys, one thing that helped me with the cranial nerves is I formed this acronym, if I could use that word, acronym, okay? So I don't want to give away the answer to this, guys, but the cranial nerves, okay? There's a certain number of cranial nerves in the body. Give me 1 second. 1 second. There is a certain number of cranial nerves in the body, okay? And what I did was I used the first alphabet of every nerve to form some kind of acronym. That's what helped me remember the cranial nerves. Okay. Once again, when you come into the workshop, we go into detail and stuff like that. Okay. So I just wanted to come on and share this briefly with all of us. I appreciate you guys for joining, for checking out my channel. I think somebody left me a comment today saying that they appreciate, the knowledge that I dropped regarding these questions, and I believe it is helping people all over the country, pretty much all over the world, right? Because cranial nerves, regardless of whatever you're studying in healthcare, it's the same. It's the same information. If you're studying something else like nursing, right? You come across this question, the answer will still be the correct answer for someone who is studying for the state board exam as a physical to become a physical therapist assistant. That knowledge base or the correct answer should be the same. Okay. Let's see what else, guys. So we need a 600 on this exam. That's just the truth of the truth of the truth. Not a 596, not a 598. We need a 600 to pass this exam. And my role for all of us is to cross the bridge. When I say cross the bridge, I talk about you actually passing and getting your license. That's my focus. Okay. And so for that reason, when I come into the workshops, what I normally do is before we meet, I send you guys a list of topics of what we will be covering. When I say we'll be covering in the form of questions, I'll send you those topics so you can actually review them before you come into the workshop. Okay. Think about it. The workshop is not free. I've said that so many times in my videos. So you're spending your money, you're spending your time, you're spending your effort, you're spending your energy and your talent when you come in. And we have so many things to cover, guys. It's the workshops are most of the time it's 2 hours. Okay. We have a lot of things to cover. For example, neuromuscular, guys, if I'm to go over everything about neuromuscular, I feel is important for the exam, it can't be done in 2 hours. So we actually break it up, right? So that's what I'm talking about. I mean, all these topics, there's lots of information. I've told you guys, like, I can't believe that when I was studying that I actually went through this whole book. It's a lot of information. And I do understand it's a lot of information. And I do understand that you feel pressured. Okay. But I'm telling you guys that you know more than you think you know. Speaking to students out there, there's different categories, right? A lot of us have a lot of knowledge, but it's just a matter of putting that knowledge together to answer questions. For some of us, is that test taking anxiety. We feel like, oh, we're nervous, we're going to get this wrong, and we change answers on the exam. For some of us, it's a combination of things, right? It's not just one thing. But when you come in here, I walk you guys through strategies. I tell you how to pick out key words in a question. I've told you guys this also, that everything we need to answer a question is in the question. For example, guys, let me go back to this one, okay? Let me do a few highlights real quick. Just give me 1 second. I'm going to highlight a few things just to let you guys know that everything you need to answer a question is already in the question. Look at that. It tells you right off the back, cranial nerves. Okay. What are we doing? Assessing. Okay. Let's just highlight that. What are we assessing? A patient's field of vision. There it is. Cranial nerves assessing patient's field of vision. Let's go back to this one, guys. Okay. Foot drop. Why is the patient exhibiting foot drop on his surgical limb? Why? Okay. Now, when it comes to nerves, guys, there's something called innervation. Nerve and innervation. I want you guys to look that up. I'm pretty sure you've heard of that, but just remind yourself of what it means. Okay. So if there's no innervation, right, there's most likely foot drop. And so which nerve is it? So everything we need to answer a question is already in the question. It's there. Okay. It is there. All right. So I'm going to hang out for a few more minutes and then I have to go, guys. I have 1,001 things that I need to complete and I need to work on those things. So once again, just as a quick reminder, okay, the workshops take place weekdays in the evenings, 6 p.m. Central Standard Time. 6 p.m. Central Standard Time. We meet. It's normally roughly 2 hours. We cover lots of information. When I say information, I give you guys a high level overview of what we're talking about, and then we dive and drive straight into the questions. Okay, and also give you guys chances to answer questions too. Like that's part of the practice. Okay. Of course, you get to keep the video. Everything that we've done in the workshop is yours. The practice question that we use is yours. All the stuff that we have that we share in that workshop, it's yours to keep. So you can feel free to always replay it as many times as possible. Refer to the points that I talked about in the book or the app or whatever you're using. You can always use your reference point. And guys, anything that I say on here that is confusing, that is not at parity with what you know, reach out to me. Say, hey, coach, you talked about this question number one. This is what I think is correct, and this is what I think you should have said. We can discuss it. I am approachable. Okay. But most of the time, okay, and especially in the workshop, for everything that we cover, I would always point you to where you can get the information. Like you know exactly where this information is coming from. Okay. So I say this all the time. Like I feel like I'm actually the one about to take this exam. I don't know why. Like, like I took this exam a long time ago. I got my license. I've been working. I've worked in different settings, but a lot of times I always feel like July the 8th is around the corner. July the 9th is around the corner, and I got to take this big exam, and I need to prepare. And I have that feeling, guys. I don't know why, but it's a good feeling, right? Like I'm anticipating this. Like even right now that I already have that I've had my license, guys. I still, believe it or not, read stuff about physical therapy, read about pathologies. I actually answer questions daily. Like there's a question of the day that pops up on one of the apps that I use. And I make attempts to answer those questions. And that's the same thing I want for all of you. Don't never be scared of any question. It doesn't matter. Whether you've studied that topic or not, never afraid. Always ready to face the challenge. Always. Okay? Always ready to face the challenge. Because like I said, and I've said this before, not today. On the exam day, okay, guess what? All you have is you, right? All you have is you. So the things that you fall back on are number one, all the things that you've studied and reviewed, the things that you learned in my workshop, the things that I've talked about in my workshop, and everything else. Okay. Do I know what questions are on the exam? I don't know. But my goal and my aim is to prep all of us so that when we go in there, we stand on business. I've said this so many times. We have to stand on business. Okay. We have to. We have to pass this exam. There's no other plan. The plan is to pass. The plan is to pass. And we're days away. Like I said earlier, I know I said this before. Today is the 27th. This exam is taking place on the 8th and the 9th. Somebody do the math. We have about how many days left? 11, 12 days left. And I know how you feel. A lot of us are feeling like, man, are there areas in this whole thing that I'm not too sure of? I need to go brush up on. Well, let's brush up on it. Let's get to it, right? Let's brush up on those things that we're not sure of. It's a lot. It's lots of information. I said this before. I studied apps, websites, a lot of stuff just to prep. Okay, but the benefit you have as me as your coach is words of wisdom, guys. There are more effective ways to prep for these things. I hope you guys know that. I hope you guys know that there's better ways to prep for this exam, right? And so let me stop sharing my screen for a second, guys. One second. There are better ways to prep for this. A lot of us went through review courses out there. I'm not talking about my review course like others. And once again, I'm not knocking others. Okay. I respect all of you PTAs and PTs for the information that you have to share online on any platform. Okay. I listen to it. But what I'm saying to all of you that need to take this exam and you're taking the exam soon is this. If you took it the first time, you failed. Took it the second time, you failed. Took it the third time, you failed. Fourth time, fifth time, you failed. And if you live in Texas and you happen to only have one more chance left, a lot of things have to change quickly. There are bits and pieces of the puzzle that are missing. We can't keep trying the same thing and expecting different results. Maybe there's a gap there. Maybe when you and I meet, we can have a chat and I can figure out where the gaps are. Or maybe you don't have the gaps. You just need that extra push to get you to where you're going. Okay? And so I want to help a lot of us out there for that. So keep checking out my content, everything I drop, my shorts, my videos. I try as much as possible, guys, to come on for the YouTube presentation. It's not always possible because my days are long and busy, guys. And sometimes when I come back, it's past the time, right? And so I'm having to do other things around my house to get ready for the next day, right? But the workshops, like I said, real quick, are ongoing. Weekdays, 6 p.m. Central Standard Time. Weekends like this, okay, we also have workshops. We have one that takes place at 6 p.m. Okay, on sorry, 6 p.m. on Sundays, Central Standard Time. On Saturdays, we have two sessions. There's one that takes place in the mornings. It's at 10 a.m. Central Standard Time. We have another one that takes place at 4 p.m. Central Standard Time. Okay. Each workshop lasts about 2 hours, roughly, because we have a lot of things that we dive into. Okay. All right. So I have to stop here for now. I appreciate you guys joining. Please like, share, and subscribe. Make sure you hit the notification button so you know exactly when I come on. Once again, guys, we are victorious. The plan is to pass. There's only one way. The one way is more than we think we know. Okay. And I'm here to help you once again stand on business and cross that bridge. All right. Talk to you guys soon. Go out there and continue to be victorious because that's who you are. And I look forward to seeing you guys tomorrow at the workshop. Have a great evening. Bye bye.